Most agents that I talk to want to make YouTube videos, but they put it off because it's such a production. The lights, the gear, where am I going to film? Then it's on my phone and I've got to transfer it to my computer so I can start editing. The whole thing feels like such a huge pain that they just don't do it at all. And then 3 months have gone by since they made a video. But what if you can make videos without all of the fuss? Today, I'm going to show you what I'm doing just using a webcam. It's fast, it's simple, it's affordable, and it's going to remove all of your excuses. For years, I used the webcam that was built in on my Mac. It films in 1080p, which for me is perfectly adequate. The older we get, the less likely we really want to see ourselves in 4K, if you know what I'm saying. 1080p was plenty. But here are the downsides with it. You can't really adjust the exposure. You can't crop in. You can't zoom out. But I'm filming in a home office and the side wall is right here and the closet and the bedroom door are right there. And I don't want them to be visible in my shot. And unfortunately, with the built-in webcam, there was nothing that I could do except either move the computer closer or move it farther away. And when I moved it closer so that I could crop out everything I didn't want to be seen, it was an extreme close up. My face was an inch from the computer screen. So enter an external webcam. I've owned many webcams over the year, and quite frankly, none of them ever really knocked my socks off. They were okay, or they were terrible, or they were like, meh, that's all right for the amount that I paid. But I got a new webcam several weeks ago and I'm freaking in love with it. And I bought it for about 150 bucks. It was not on sale. That was just the regular price. And I absolutely love it. Before I show you exactly what it is and all of the things you could do with it, let's talk about why film with a webcam over just filming with your phone. Well, here's the thing. If I shoot it with my phone, which has a wonderful camera, it's all great, then I have to get it from my phone to my computer. So that's an extra step. Depending on whether you filmed in 4K or 60 frames per second or 30, how long the video was, that can take quite some time. If you're a Mac user and you have an iPhone, you can airdrop it. But what if you use Windows and you have an iPhone? What if you have an Android phone and Windows? What if you have an Android and a Mac? Like, it becomes a whole thing of how am I going to get it from my phone to the computer? And all of that is just an additional nuisance and it takes time. What if your Wi-Fi goes down? What if you don't have the right kind of cable to do the transfer? Or you end up having to edit on your phone, but for people of my age, editing on the phone is just not really feasible. Everything is too small. I can't see it. I got my glasses on. My fingers are too big. I'm trying to do very intricate detail work, and I just can't on a device that is this big. I would much rather have my giant computer monitor that I can see without my glasses and have a mouse and a keyboard than trying to, type with my thumbs. And I can film directly into my video editing software. So right now I'm using Veed.io. I'm recording directly into Veed. As soon as I'm finished with the recording, I can immediately go remove all of the mistakes and do whatever editing I need to do. So for me, filming with the webcam is kind of a no-brainer. It is way less involved. It saves time. It saves steps. It's just so much easier than filming with my phone. Now, if you're going to go out to a subdivision, of course, you'll take your phone. You don't need to take your webcam, but you can mix and match. You can do videos on location with your phone, and when you're filming in your office, use your webcam. So I am using the Insta360 Link 2C. I am loving this little baby, and I'm going to show you how big it is. It comes with a little mount that just kind of sits on the top of your computer. Depending on where you place it, you could cover the existing webcam and then you would never be tempted to look at the old webcam. You just look at the new one, but it has a big green light lit up when you're recording. So it's pretty self-explanatory of where you should look, the lens that's next to the big green light. But here is the reason that I love it so much. I can come in here and crop in and zoom out. So if I went all the way out, you see my ceiling, the ceiling fan, you see the light, you see the bedroom door, you see that I've only got one wall that's painted in this bedroom, and I don't want that. So I'm going to crop in until I can't see those things. And then I can just grab this little green box and move it around. So if I were filming like this and I said, oh, shoot, you still see the ceiling fan, I can just grab the green box and pull it down, and then I can move over until I have exactly the framing that I want. I can then save this as a preset. So I have one preset when I'm standing, but I have another preset when I'm sitting because I've got the desk that goes up and down. I can go in on the effects tab. I can change the exposure and the warmth and the focus and the temperature and all of those things. But the thing that I really like is that I can either do a fully blurry background, which I don't love. I think that this looks like when we're on a Zoom call and people try to blur out their background. But I do love this. I don't know if it's bokeh, how we actually say it, bokeh, but then it's got the intensity switch. So I can make it very out of focus. I can make it out of focus at all or somewhere in the middle. So I like to have it like this, where it's just slightly out of focus. And that way people are looking at me talking. They can see what's in the background, but it's not a distraction. It's just a little bit out of focus. I don't personally use any of the makeup filters. I think they're crazy. I just don't use them. But the fact that I can zoom, I can change the coloring. And here was my favorite part. I thought I had it okay, but I wasn't 100% sure about the lighting. So what I did was I took a screenshot of this, and then I went to ChatGPT and I said, this is a picture of my filming setup. What changes should I make? And it said, oh, your key light is too bright. You need to make that softer. It's shining on your face too harshly. Let's dial it back a notch. Let's turn up the warmth a little bit. Let's do this. Let's do that. And it was very, very helpful in telling me exactly what changes to make, whether I did it on the light itself and I just got behind the light and I turned the knob for the brightness and the Kelvin and all that kind of stuff, or whether you do it in this software. So I will leave the link to this webcam. I've been super, super impressed with it. In the description box below. It works for Windows and Mac, because I know you will ask me that since I'm a Mac user. And that is how easy it is to film videos on a webcam directly into your editing software. Remove all of the obstacles, make it easy on yourself so that you'll actually want to do it more frequently. And once you've got your webcam all set up, here's the next step. We want to make sure that your lighting is really dialed in. So in this video, I show you exactly how I light my YouTube videos so that I have a nice production quality studio going on at a very budget-friendly price.